About a year or a little more than a year since I did a demo of this at Velocity and recorded a video, and I thought it'd be kind of nice to post a newer video showing some of the updates to the Sidecar UI. A bunch of the backend in Sidecar's improved a lot too, but one of the most noticeable things is the UI. It looks on the surface kind of similar to the UI in the previous video, but this one's rendered in JavaScript and actually uses API endpoints to refresh the data rather than having server-side rendering like the other one. That UI still ships in Sidecar, so if you want to really strip it down, you can do that because it's a lot smaller than the JavaScript UI. But there's some nice advantages to the way that we're handling things now. One is that we're actually taking out the Docker image tags and representing them as version, which is really the thing you mostly care about in most of your services. You know which image they're running. The thing you really care about is what is the service name and what version is it. We've also added some details here. You can see each of these servers reflects how many services it's showing. I've got a 4-node cluster here. And then this cluster has actually had some deployments that happened recently, which is a good way to show off some of the new changes. What we've done is, rather than showing a line for every single entry in the state table that Sidecar tracks, we're grouping them together where they're all similar. So you can see I've got 4 nodes that are reflecting that they have a tombstone record for version 0.3.807 of this service, and then I've got 4 that are alive with the version 0.3.808. If I want to see more about what's going on there, I can click on the details button. It'll actually expand out and show me all the details. So I can see that, exactly which hosts I'm talking about. Another change is that this UI can actually talk to the stats page for HA proxy and reflect not just what Sidecar believes to be true, but what is actually also currently configured in HA proxy, which is nice if you're trying to make sure that HA proxy and Sidecar are working together properly long term. And what I can see here is there's these X's and check marks that show up at the end of the status line. And what those are telling me is whether or not HA proxy is actually exposing that service endpoint. So in this case, all the tombstone records are showing X's, which makes sense because we don't want to have HA proxy load balancing across dead endpoints. So these containers are down and they're not in HA proxy. And then the local HA proxy on this system that I'm looking at is actually showing these 4 endpoints that are up and healthy as exposed in HA proxy, which is exactly what we want. I can also close the details pane. You can see this service was also deployed. Now I can scroll down. I have a couple unhealthy services here, and if I expand the details there, you can see they're unhealthy. They're also not showing up in HA proxy, which is exactly what we want. Condensing these makes it a lot easier if you have a bunch of services like this to look and see exactly what's going on or have a better idea. You just get one bar for each grouping rather than a huge amount of stuff. So if you have a bunch of servers, the other view, the way we were doing it originally, you'd have to scroll sometimes on the page just to see the status for the same service, which is annoying. So this is a big improvement for us in usability. I hope you guys like it, and I'm going to probably record some more videos soon, but here's at least a little bit of update on the UI.